Load securement is not just your job, it is your responsibility. Load securement is strictly regulated by the Department of Transportation under the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, or FMCSA Title 49, Part 393. The number of tie-downs will vary depending on the type, length, and weight of equipment being transported. The manufacturer's provided tie-down should always be utilized to prevent damaging the equipment. As we have discussed in Module 1, the FMCSA also regulates what type of chain and binders can be utilized to secure the equipment. All binders must be adjustable, and the chain must meet the National Association of Chain Manufacturers Welded Steel Chain specifications dated September 28, 2005. Also, as we discussed in Module 1, there are additional regulations on securing any hydraulically operated attachments. In this case, the digging chain of the trencher, to prevent movement during transportation. Once the load is safely secured to the vehicle can then be readied for transport. The driver has successfully secured a trencher to a rollback truck using the manufacturer-provided tie-down points. The driver must then slowly and carefully roll the bed back onto the frame rails. This is only possible if he centered his load to prevent damage to the vehicle. All loads should be centered over the center of gravity of the vehicle and the width of the bed. The driver should then ensure he has fully retracted the bed to engage the rail locks. Not doing so could cause damage to the vehicle during transport to the job site. There are 4 tie-down points being utilized to secure the trencher to the vehicle. Here is the proper way to secure 2 like units side by side on the vehicle that will be secured with transverse chains. The units must be either in contact with each other, which may cause damage to the units, or by use of blocking to prevent them from shifting during transport. As you can see, the units will not be able to shift closer to each other, which would loosen the securing chains. This is what 2 like units would look like centered on the bed both over the center of gravity and width of the deck. The driver has used 1 chain to traverse both units, both front and rear, and blocking to prevent movement during transport to the job site. You will note the manufacturer's tie-down points are being utilized on each unit to secure them to the vehicle and not cause any damage to the equipment. Now, the driver is securing a 40-foot stick boom lift to a tractor-trailer deck. He is using the manufacturer-provided tie-down points to secure his clevis hook chains to the unit. He then attaches his ratchet binders to the deck pockets before attaching the chains to the binders and tightening them down. Whenever possible, secure the chains to the unit attachment points while standing on the bed. Next, proceed to the ground to attach the ratchet binders to the chains and tighten them down. This reduces the risk of slipping off the side of the bed while trying to attach the chains. Always operate the binders from a firm standing position. The basket is secured to the deck to prevent movement during transport. But in this scene, the strap is not secured to the deck pocket and may come loose during transport. You can see the 40-foot stick boom lift is properly secured to the trailer deck and ready for transport. The driver has utilized the manufacturer-provided tie-down points to secure the unit onto the deck. Note how the attachment points are indicated by decals showing where to attach the chains. The basket is secured to the deck and the proper deck pocket, but note the strap is twisted in the middle. The straps should not be twisted. They should be straight across. The area around the wren-tail should be clear of all people to avoid injury. Notice how fast the wren-tail begins to travel in the secured position. Never secure a wren-tail while people are standing near the unit. Serious injury can occur by moving the hydraulic components. All steps to securing the wren-tail should be followed as listed by the manufacturer to properly secure the wren-tail. Here, the driver proceeds to the gate and stops. He exits the cab and checks his overhead clearance to ensure the load is under the 13-foot 6-inch maximum allowed height. He proceeds to the trailer to check the tension on his binders. It is recommended to move the vehicle a short distance and recheck the tension on the binders. As you can see, one of the binders is not tightened securely. He adjusts the tension on the binder and proceeds to check the rest of the binders. 49 CFR 393.112 states, each tie-down or its associated connectors or its attachment mechanisms must be designed, constructed, and maintained so the driver of an in-transit commercial motor vehicle can tighten them.